Alright, now in Blackheart's Bay there's a central watchtower, and people tend to like to fight over this. It's kind of funny, because it's completely not necessary to spend the first 50 seconds of the game fighting over it, but it's a nice opportunity to get some early kills, maybe get an early lead on the enemy. Of course, vision is important. It's not that it isn't, and in fact, this was good. We didn't see a complete kamikaze, but oh, look at that. Red team gets a first early kill. We had Sylvanas kill Jaina right there. And we have some team fighting going on, in fact. And it is a 3-to-1 fight, though, but we have two warriors, so they are extremely tough, difficult to kill, especially that Joanna, but she's getting very low on health, and she goes down, and it is now a 3-on-1. Nitro Run is just fully committed to protecting this watchtower, and in fact, he is surviving, and he is dealing some damage to the red team. But he is backing away before he dies. Very, very clever. It looks like Joanna, in fact, on the blue team has dropped from the game. So they're going to get replaced by a bot, unfortunately. But meanwhile, here we have, you see the coins are being collected by blue team, the south chest, and the north chest. No one is attacking that one just yet, but it looks like red team will probably have control of this area. Still down here, we have Zio, the Sergeant Hammer tank is very far out. Blue team can easily swoop in and take her out, so it's a very dangerous, risky position. But red team is now getting that chest, so if we see the map objectives, blue team has 2 coins, red team has 5 coins. You need a total of 10 to turn in initially. So are we going to see any early game turn-ins? Oh, and now Sergeant Hammer is getting attacked, but is backing away. Rhaegar is a healer, so he's not able to put out quite enough damage to take out Sergeant Hammer outright. And we got some fighting going on. Is Joanna going to go down right there? Sci-Fi makes it through the gate with a sliver of health. Joanna is the newest hero. It is the Crusader from Diablo 3, and she has immense survivability. Meanwhile, Sergeant Hammer is just absolutely laying siege to this base here. This wide area of effect. Sergeant Hammer brings down the pain, but at the expense of maneuverability. And Sergeant Hammer might get taken down right here. She's boosting away and is escaping with just an ounce of health. Meanwhile, we have red team capturing that doubloon camp, getting hold of the doubloons. Right now, both teams have turned in roughly an equal number of coins. And they're holding on to roughly an equal number of coins. So, no one is going to be getting an early turn, and that's good. The game is pretty even right now. We see, although blue team is pulling ahead in regards to acquiring XP for laning. So they're actually pushing now bottom lane fairly hard. We've got 3 people in bottom lane, and no red team member there to defend or soak XP. Red is getting pushed back all over the map, in fact. So very aggressive front happening with the blue team. Unfortunately, Sci-Fi Joanna has been in and out, so if I'm not mistaken, though, Sci-Fi is the one who had the highest amount of kills. Oh, and here we have a fight. Oh no, he's not even in the game. No, but he's gotten back in. That Sylvanas was trying to take out Joanna. Joanna is unstoppable, as that overlay said. Joanna is a tank to beat all tanks. But clearly having some issues there. I think, in fact, he was just sticking around to soak. Soaking in order to get XP, very important, and both are going to hit level 6 at approximately the same time, so both teams fairly even right now. This is actually really great. I'm glad that we're not seeing just a rifle stomp from one team to the other. Meanwhile, Lily here getting pretty aggressive. These towers are out of ammo, so they're not going to shoot back, but Lily can't quite fight against Tyrael. Lily is a support, so she works best when she has someone to support. And, oh, Ethos getting ballsy here. He is an assassin. That is Rhykker. He probably has more survivability than any other ranged assassin, but Joanna is a glass cannon, and she got dangerously close to the range of Sergeant Hammer, but that was a good play. Oh, and Rhykker goes down. Is that the second kill? No, we've actually seen 5 kills on Team Blue rather, 1 kill on Team Red, and yet Team Red is still slightly ahead in XP. As for map objectives, again, they're about even, but this is where things might shift right now. We have a fight happening over the northern chest. Red team has 2 people representing, and blue team is just trying to make a presence known with Tyrael, with that warrior. He's going to have to back out, though, as a 3rd red team member comes in. No one's going for that bottom chest yet, but red team is getting all of the northern coins. And Tyrael might get that kill on Sylvanas. Will he get it? Will he get it? No, Sylvanas does manage to get away. Some nice clutch heals from Monkeyhood, from Lily. And now it's going to be Tyrael, who's at risk of going down. We have Tyrael chasing Tyrael here. Red against blue Tyrael. And it looks like Tyrael is taken down by Cassie V. Once Tyrael dies, he turns into a kamikaze spirit. for about 10 seconds. And we're going to get our first turn in here. Monkey turning in 5 coins. That's going to bring it up to 10. And that's going to get the captain to start shooting at the blue team. There we have it. So this is what is making red team, in fact, take its lead. So we have blue team who has 6 kills to red team's 1 kill. And yet, right now, red team is slightly ahead. Meanwhile, we have another engagement happening down here. We have Rhykker keeping Raynor alive. Raynor was being very ballsy. This was a nice 2-on-1 fight, but it decided to back out. Red team is getting that bottom mercenary camp. That's going to allow them to push that bottom lane a little more. And with the support of Sergeant Hammer, which is just an incredible siege unit, he's probably going to siege up around there and just lay waste to that bottom base. Red team being very aggressive, and red team just hit level 10. That means they have their ultimates. They're now selecting their ultimates, and that gives them a huge advantage. Blue team wants to be playing defensively right now. They do not want to engage in a team fight. At level 10, you get your ultimate powers, which are game-changing. Blue team needs to play defensively. They need to soak. They need to make a presence known in every lane in order to kill enemy minions, to be there when the enemy minions die, to soak XP and get caught up a little. They need to get their ultimates before they can engage. So we have Sergeant Hammer picked Napalm Strike. We have Vala, an assassin, is actually going to take out Jaina right now. Oh, Jaina making it away. No, she goes down. Jaina goes down. We have the 3-on-2 fight happening now. Joanna's over there. Again, Joanna's been in and out of the game due to disconnect problems. Sci-Fi is not going to be able to run away in time. They're getting a nice surround on Sci-Fi. But, again, Joanna is just the tank that ends all tanks. Supreme survivability. 4 against 2 right now, and we have two red team tank. No, it's not 2 tanks. It's a tank plus Lily. Lily is a tremendously powerful healer with regards to healing, but she's very vulnerable to interrupts. And right now, they're just being chased away. Lily also has tremendous survivability. Every time she is hit, she's going to gain a speed boost, so it's very difficult to kill Lily without stunning her. Tyrael also a hero that's difficult to kill, so they have survived. And meanwhile, blue team is catching up. Blue team is very close to getting their level 10, and that's going to make them bring them back to this game. They now have their ultimates. They're getting a surround on Sergeant Hammer. Sergeant Hammer is not going to be able to survive this engagement. Will he be able to get away in time? We have Rhykker. Rhykker is being pushed back, though, because his teammates weren't backing him up. Rhykker is pushed back. Sergeant Hammer will stand. Sergeant Hammer fought off 3 blue team members. Meanwhile, we have a red team push up here. 3 of them are clustering together. That's exactly what you want to be doing. Once you hit level 10, you want to be sticking together. Strength in numbers to be crushing enemy team opposition. Meanwhile, we have a 2-on-1 here, but Vala is behind the gate. She's trying to defend this keep, and she successfully does that. Pushes off that assault. Meanwhile, we have Joanna here. Because they're still a couple levels behind, blue team is still trying to soak a bit, trying to get caught up on XP. Meanwhile, red team getting very aggressive and taking a forward mercenary camp. This is right on blue's side of the map, so they're going to be pushing those forts. And Sylvanas is a tremendous pusher. Sylvanas able to lock down towers. She has a power that makes her stop an enemy tower from fighting back. So that allows them to keep attacking and laying on the siege damage unfettered. Meanwhile, we have some engagement happening down here. There are 3 blue team members and 2 red team members, but blue team isn't quite coming to that until they are now. Vala taking a lot of damage. Vala very weak. Vala about to go down. Tyrael chasing. Tyrael takes down Vala. Sergeant Hammer now by herself. Will Sergeant Hammer be able to stand on her own as she did before? No, she will not. Sergeant Hammer goes down. We have 2 red team members down, and suddenly blue isn't looking all that bad. Blue, in fact, did a turn in at some point. And how are things looking in terms of keeps? Let's see if there's different buttons we can push here to make things come up. I am not super familiar with these, with this interface. Let's see, the map objectives here. Red team is carrying 10 coins. Blue team is carrying 4, so no one has enough to turn in just yet. But red team is getting these northern, the northern coin chest, and blue team is getting the bottom. So that's a nice split. Meanwhile, red team being very aggressive. They have taken down the fort. They are right at the core. So red team overall is still doing a lot better because blue team is only down to 2 keeps, whereas red has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 still up. So red is in command of this game at the moment, but we are actually seeing a turn-in from blue. Cassie V going in, trying to stop that turn-in a little late, but she's still able to lay some damage and get Jaina to fall back, preventing blue from turning in additional coins. And now red team's going to try to go for the turn-in. Red team doesn't quite have enough coins to fully turn in. Wait a minute. So I just noticed that we're seeing the wrong team colors here, aren't we? Why is that happening? So Cassie V, this is... Wait a minute. All this time, blue team was red team and red team was blue team, wasn't it? Is that what this has been going on? Hold on a second. If we look at this, red has... Okay, who has Sergeant Hammer? Sergeant Hammer is on... blue team. My mind is blown right now. This is not great observer interface. Yeah, so Sergeant Hammer's on blue team and yet she appears red in my interface. So, I don't know what's happening anymore, but this side of the map is winning and this side of the map needs to catch up. But that does look like it is blue and red, so I'm gonna just guess that the tab screen is wrong and what we're seeing is in fact accurate. So, yeah, in fact, that is matching up with what we're seeing here. Or is it? Yes, it is. Okay, so red team... yeah. Okay. All is still well. Yes, blue team has Rhykker. Okay. Everything is well with the world. Blue team getting that turn in. And this just might be the momentum they need to start turning the game around. Red team is a talent ahead, though. You get a talent at level 16. So, again, blue team needs to be playing defensively. Or getting these good 3-on-1 engagements. If you could outnumber, then go for it. But generally, in a fair fight, red team would be ahead because they have the talent advantage. So now it's a 3-on-3. Now red team has a talent advantage. Vala is strafing, dealing tremendous damage. Lily is also ulting. All the red ults are happening right now. Blue team has to fall back. And this engagement was wisely... No, Jaina staying there. Jaina going down. Meanwhile, down here we have an engagement between Sergeant Hammer and Johanna, who I believe is still getting issues with disconnecting. In fact, Johanna rather might be a bot right now. No, it is sci-fi, but we have Sergeant Hammer moving forward, so taking that talent that allows her to move while sieged. Just moving forward that siege line. Sergeant Hammer is amazing when Sergeant Hammer could be defended. And Johanna actually going down. She's getting super aggressive, trying to take out Sergeant Hammer, but Johanna goes down. We have 2 blue team members down. The chests have spawned. Red team has complete map control right now. Although, there's a 2-on-2 engagement right here. Red team's trying to fall back from this. This is Sylvanas and a healer, Lily, I believe. But they are falling back because we have Rhaegar and Tyrael. Interesting. Because red team should be able to out-DPS that. But now that it's a 3-on-2 engagement, blue team absolutely needs to fall back here. But they're getting slowed. They might not be able to fall back. They might die here. But fortunately, Rhaegar drops that slow very wisely, stopping the red team from catching up, allowing them to escape safely. Very great play from Rhaegar right there. Meanwhile, both chests are still up. And only 1 blue team member is down right now, so blue could conceivably make a presence at the chest, but it's just trying to get caught up here. So red team, meanwhile, gets the bottom chest. Are they going to go for the top chest as well? No, they're going to go straight for the turn-in. That's going to destroy another one of the keeps, so that's going to give them the 5. That's going to be definitely enough to turn in. But they're going to be equal on turn-ins, but red still holds that advantage. There's a 2-level difference. Blue is getting very close to evening out the level lead, though. As soon as blue gets level 16, this is a tie game with respect to engagements, with respect to team fights. Because at level 16, you get that talent. You're no longer talent-locked or talent-gated behind the other team. Meanwhile, red is supporting the Sergeant Hammer, moving forward with that siege line. And Raynor here is going to have to fall back before he dies, and he dies! I think that was actually Lily, the support, that got the final kill. And this fort right here, holding on by the skin of its teeth, and it drops. Blue team only has its core now, and it's going to get a few volleys sent at this core, but it won't be enough to take down the shield. So blue team in a very deadly position right now. They are 2 members down. They are really on the defensive here. They need to completely fall back, but there is not much that they can do. They're getting pushed at their core, and this is getting very, very, very dangerous for blue. In fact, if they can't contest red right here, red might win the game outright. They're no longer talent-gated. There is a 3-level spread, but they're engaging 2 into 5. This is not an engagement they want to be picking, and we see 1 go down. Tyrael is trying to get out of that engagement. He's going to be able to survive. He is a warrior. He has that survivability, but he's going to go right back in there. He's going to try to scare off Vala. He might be able to take down Vala, and Vala is able to vault away, but Tyrael is right on her heels. And Tyrael takes down Vala. That's 1 minute where Vala will be out of the game. Meanwhile, Rhykker here in the middle of everything. Rhykker has that heal, and he's being kept in the game by the skin of his teeth right now. Meanwhile, blue team core down to 38%. Red team not letting up with the pressure. The siege line. Sergeant Hammer just hammering away at that core. Tyrael trying to run interference. Trying to make something happen here. Sci-Fi coming in. The two warriors are coming in. They're just making their presence known. They are running interference, and that is working. They are single-handedly pushing back the red team, giving time for their other characters, other teammates to come in. Meanwhile, blue team core down to 14%, and this assault is just about fought off, but no, we had Johanna go down, and now Jaina. We had that nice ancestral healing from Rhaegar, bringing Jaina back into the fight. Jaina deals a tremendous amount of damage, but she is very weak. Meanwhile, Tyrael here is taking a ton of damage, and the core was destroyed by Sergeant Hammer at a distance. Very well played, but red team takes the win. Ooh.